The path to love your practice again, the path to loving your work again is not a straight line. It's not. Life does not go from A to B to C. We're taught to believe that. So you're going to go to school and then you're going to do your internship and then you're going to do your residency and then you're going to do your training and then you're going to get your first job and then but we also know that life doesn't happen that way. Life happens in cycles. Life happens in spirals. Things come back around. We ebb and we flow and we create and we succeed in cycles, as life does. Change starts within us, beliefs, patterns start within us, and then they grow to those around us. Yes? Then it's going to come back around for an up-leveled version of often similar questions and ideas, looking more deeply at beliefs, having more clarity around desires, more precision in your choices. I want to talk about cycles in general. We're going to talk about where I see healthcare as a whole right now, the established healthcare system. Then we're going to also talk about how you can utilize cycles and be intentional about bringing those cycles into your experience as you make your dream practice inevitable, as you bring your dreams into being. So let's talk about cycles in general. And often we compare this to seasons, to growth cycles, where we plant the seed, right? We want food. We want nurturing food. We want some squash. We want some fruit. We want some whatever seed we're planting. We're going to nurture that seed. We nurture it as it grows. And then we harvest. We get to enjoy that. And then there's a release. Yes, there's fall, there's a dying off. And then there's a pause. There's a, oh, what do I desire next? Yes, desire leads. What do I desire next? That we're going to bring back around and then we're going to plant and we're going to do that cycle again, right? The same thing happens with our moon cycles, right? That spiral shape is everywhere in the universe, from DNA to hurricanes to galaxies. That's a shape that we see all over. As I begin the moon spirals, formerly known as moon circles, first, the moon spirals are for women leaders, physicians, and providers in healthcare that are looking to expand their practice, their dreams, bring those into being, and accelerate that path happening. Yes, they've kind of been, that feeling where you're at the edge of this precipice and you need to decide if you're going to jump and go or you're feeling stuck. It's like there's something that's about to release. And when you do that, that you're going to go and that dreams are going to come true. But getting past that initial phase can feel kind of sticky, kind of murky, kind of like there's some resistance there. These moon cycles help accelerate you through and expand you through all of that. So for those of you that are wanting to develop, lead, and expand your fun and fulfilling, authentic, and prosperous and profitable dream practices, that's a place for you. So you want to be there. Let me know when you're ready for that information and I'll get that to you. Okay. Goals are moon spiral. Start with the new moon. It starts in the dark. It starts with that pause of what do I want next? What's coming next? What is it that I desire in this land of all possibility? Yes, that's where the moon cycle begins, is with the new moon. In this pause time, this time of planting the seed of what do I desire? Yes, then we're going to nurture that and we're going to grow it. Then that full moon, this is the one that people tend to focus on, but it does not start here. That is the middle of the cycle. Is going to shine its light on the things that are going to keep you from your dream. Yes? If your desire is more peace in your life, then the full moon is going to shine its light on anything that's not peaceful for you to make the decision. Do you choose peace or no? This will be a person that's less peaceful. This will be a patient, a process. Maybe your vehicle has been kind of causing you trouble, but you're dealing with it and it's going to act up at that time. Yes, maybe it's a health concern, a belief that you have. The moon is going to shine its light on that thing so that you can see it more brightly, so that you can have that choice. Do we see where life's crazy around the full moons? Yes, it's shining its light. I saying, hey, focus here, pay attention here. This is what you want, but this is what you need to pay attention to get you to that next space. Yeah. And then when you release that, you can start bringing the new in. You're going to release that thing that's keeping you from what it is that you want, that belief, that challenge, that may be close enough, but not really up to your standard thing. Right. So that you can come back around and set that intention again at the new moon. Okay. So that's cycles in general. Yes, there's a planting the seed time, idea setting, a desire, valuing, committing to that desire. Yes. And then we're going to nurture that. We're going to grow it. We're going to protect it. We're going to provide for it. Yes. We're going to fertilize it and water it and do all the things that we do. I call that phase pre-leadership. Knowing what you want, where you're going, what you want it to look like, planting that seed, gathering those resources, providing for it, protecting it, setting up the structures and the systems to provide for it, to be the foundation. Then the next phase, this nurturing phase, is leadership. And this is you're doing it. You're leading. You're mastering your skills. Your practice is growing and it's expanding and it's succeeding and you're loving what you do. And then people start asking you, how did you do it? And then you realize that your message works and it makes sense. And your way of doing it is a message that can be shared more broadly. You want to bring your impact into your community. So you're going to release some of the things that were a part of what you're doing. You might give up a clinic day. You might delegate out some authority. There's going to be a releasing. Yes. And then we can bring in the new things. There's that pause in between. What do I want to bring into this space? In healthcare currently, here's what we're seeing. There was the ancient way of doing things. Some of the more ancient ways of doing things brought in more nature, brought in more movement, singing, spiritual beliefs. There were many different ideas and ways of being before that were more connected with nature. We were living more in connection with nature at the time. Then that what is still there, but there was some releasing of that. And as we came into this Western era, this modern era of healthcare, there was a phase, there was a part of the cycle that was incredible with technology. The technological advances of the last many years have been incredible. Yes. And that's allowed us huge advancements. And in order to do that, it was about precision. It was about policy and procedure. There's a place for those, but this was trying to fit into neat little boxes so that we could automate, so that we could make it more efficient, so that we could bring more technology into that place. Yes, there was a time and a place for that, and that was incredible. And the people that brought that into being and that profited from that are resisting the release of it. So you are seeing the tantrums and the desperation and the grasping and the suppression of anything that isn't that. That's what we're seeing. It's going to get worse before it gets better. They are not ready to release this control. They are not ready for the next phases. And a lot of that's really fear based, yes, for those that benefited from this, but also from those that don't know what this next looks like. We don't know. There's a fear of not knowing. And how do you succeed in that? And how do you survive in that? For those of us that are leaders, that are creators, that are the weavers, we know, we know. It is for us to start early. It is for us to create this cycle and be the leaders and let people know we don't need to be scared. It can look a new way. We can take ancient wisdom and combine it with modern knowledge and weave that and create that and create the how we want it to feel. People want to feel more cherished, respected, loved, listened to, honored as an individual human. Yes, bring more authenticity, individualness into healthcare. Healthcare is human. I heard someone say the other day, and it's so true. It's a returning to humanness. It's a returning to the humanness in healthcare. And those that benefited from efficiency and automation are going to throw their tantrums and fight as that way of top down suppression and conforming are coming to a close and they're resisting the release, but it's happening. There will be a pause in the healthcare system at large that will say, what do we want next? And that unknowing is scary. So, for those of you that know how you want it to feel, we know where we're headed, we know where we're going. For us to be confident, to have that begun, to be having that conversation, this is what it looks like. This is how you can do it. You are going to be the leaders of this next era in healthcare because you will have started it already. And so people are going to be looking for the leader doing it how they want to do it, where they will feel safe and empowered and cherished and listened to and respected. They will be looking for you as a leader, for you as the one that isn't afraid, for the light in the storm, the one that's brilliant, both smart, but as a light to those that are afraid. As their cycle is coming to a close, yours is going to open. Yes? So, utilizing this cycle in your experience, what is your desire? What are you going to nurture and protect and create? What are you going to release to create the space for that? What beliefs and understandings and ideas and behaviors and habits and murkiness are you willing to release and to let go? Whose voice in your head gets to go? Whose opinion gets to be released to create the space for the new to grow? What space are you going to take to give yourself the time to get clear on where you're headed and allowing yourself the help from somebody that's been there, from somebody that gets it, from somebody that understands and can help be a catalyst and can help you bring ease to this process. Honoring the cycles in your life are the path to loving your work again. We'll see you soon.